Welcome to Elevate, a show by Create Campaign that's all about spotlighting diverse business owners. And here to kick us off, singing our Elevate theme song, Natalie Rolfe.
Shoot your shot, making the most of what you got on the grind. Now's the time to elevate, yeah. Do your best. Excellence and nothing less. Legacy's the ultimate flex. Now's the time to elevate, yeah.
That was so beautiful. Natalie, thank you for sharing your voice with us and your gifting. You've been singing a really long time.
Long time. Glad to be here.
Thank you for being here. And joining us is also Rolfe. He is with Mixdown Studios, and Corey actually produced our theme song. Welcome to Elevate, Corey.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You all's family is so gifted. We've known each other so long. We used to go to church together, so I know both of them have incredible voices. Can you tell me what music means to you all?
Well, music is, it's been inbred in our family. Our grandfather and his brothers sang. And so it's just been passed down, year after year, generation to generation. So it's how we express ourselves. Our father was very integral in the community with promotions and bringing music here locally. So that's just something that we picked up on with excellence in music and combining the two. And
you talked about it being ingrained and embedded in your family. What is it like working with family to express these creative gifts?
For me, working with my family, not only Natalie, but just all my brothers and sisters, and my cousins, even some of my aunties and uncles. It's very enjoying. We can really be ourselves. Natalie may telling me something, hey, that don't sound right. But at the same time, it's not like, well, I gotta be on my P's and Q's because it's somebody, or she may tell me something, or feelings may get hurt. It's never nothing like that. We can definitely be ourselves, and we all creating. So it's on a level to where we can all express ourselves. So it's really a good enjoyment factor, feeling to be able to create with your family.
Yes, and you can tell the difference. You all styles are so signature, and that creative gift, it spans music, it spans photography, graphic design. Natalie, tell us a little bit about your company, NatVision.
So we kind of have expanded, and I've talked to you about some things that we've done that are kind of changing as we go along. We do graphics and really a lot of media consultation for organizations, for businesses, and adding the coaching aspect to it. So a lot of times we start businesses, and not just necessarily start them, but we carry on with business and we wonder why we're not able to scale up. We're wondering why things are not growing, and it could be a simple thing. Do you check your social media advertisements for misspellings and errors?
Right.
So those type of things, as we get new clients and different people, we work with them to make sure that their image and their branding is matching what they're trying to portray.
And that's not all you do. Talk about your professional work as well with the other hat that you wear.
So I'm also in nonprofit, a lot of hats here, and I work with the Down Syndrome Society of Wichita. So during the day, making differences for individuals in our community from 0 to whatever age with Down syndrome to make sure that they have a fulfilling and sustainable life.
That is incredible, again, to be able to take your gifts and spread them across so many different dimensions.
Absolutely.
And then when we look at this one, and you taking the talent to be able to create these songs, I sent over a couple of lyrics for Elevate, and a horrible track. I told Corey, do not laugh at me because I cannot sing. And what you did with that was just so empowering. It is an anthem to me. It speaks. How do you do this? Talk about your approaches to creating masterpieces.
Well, it's kind of a crazy approach. When somebody sends something to me, kind of like, like how you did, and you said, hey, here go some of the pictures. I kind of visioned it in my mind, like how things should actually be, how it should sound, how should it be upscale, or should it be, more trap or whatever you want to call it. But I kind of thought I should give it a more classy experience. And so I just go in. And I just do different things to see what works. And then somehow, I don't know, it just falls together. I promise you, I don't know how it works, but that's the beautiful thing about creating.
Yes.
You try things. If it don't work, then you just take it out. And hey, I want it to go this way, but I see it going this way, but you just keep working at it till it get there. And so that's my approach. I don't have a certain, thing
It's
to
your
follow.
thing. That is your approach.
It just works.
And your approach resonates with so many artists. When did you start your studio? Because you're experiencing incredible growth right now.
Man, I've really been blessed, and something I've been doing all along. It kind of expanded from playing drums, and I really got serious about it as far as production when I was doing a play that my dad had did with Melba Moore, and she kind of forced me to doing certain things, and I was like. And then she said, no, older lady, when older people talk to you, you got to kind of just be quiet sometimes. And she said, hey, I see the potential in you. You need to expand on what you're doing. She said, don't let just playing drums be that, your name. She said, you can do, she said, this market is open for a whole plethora of things that she said that I've seen you do. So from there, I was like, wow, and it just started from there. That's and so it just been growing and growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah. Man. Yes. Again, this show is dedicated to the creatives. I'll end my last question with you all in this regard. What does creativity mean to you?
I think a honest, transparent, and authentic expression of yourself and the things that are deepest in meaning to you. What is your passion, and how do you express those things? So I think when you are able to tap into that, that's what creativity is for you personally.
That was good, Natalie.
Okay, just to piggyback what she said, just being free to express yourself. That's totally what creativity is. Whether it's drawing, whether it's the art form, even whether it's singing, you got to be creative to get to express yourself and also get to that final formula, that final product. So.
Well, we are so pleased with our final product, and again, we thank you all for kicking off this Creatives episode by sharing your creativity with us.
Thank you for having us.
Contactless banking with a human connection.
Anything that you've created your own solution for, that's probably marketable.
I legit want to change the world. I want to do my part.
Be open to feedback, but also stick with your mission and your values.
Welcome back. Today's episode is dedicated to the creatives, and one of the best palettes to be able to express creativity are our faces. Welcome to Elevate, Erin Garcia. Erin is with enae Cosmetics, and she is a fashionista, a wonderful beauty insider, expert, and stylist. We are so pleased to have you at Elevate today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fashion is your signature. How did you get so involved in the industry?
Well, I am a 16-year cosmetologist. Woo. This is my 15th year being a makeup artist, and I've just always loved fashion. Like, when you look good, you feel good.
When you look good, you feel good. And you see how good she looks.
Thank you.
You started in cosmetology. What do you love about cosmetology?
I love making women feel good.
Yeah.
Yes, like to turn them around in the mirror and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could look like this. Like, that's everything. I love it.
I've seen those turnarounds. And not only that, the care that you take with your customers. So it's one thing to style their hair, make the hair look good, but you decided to go into makeup as well. Why did you make that expansion for yourself?
Well, it's just another thing that I love in the beauty industry. I'm an artist.
There she is. She's an artist.
I'm artsy.
Being artsy, again, is one thing. You can keep it inside of your home or you can play around quietly, but yours is out loud. You have launched enae Cosmetics.
Yes.
Tell us about your product and your line.
Well, I am releasing, in totality, a collection of 9 eyeshadow palettes, and I started with the first 2 in July. Released Love and Joy. They were inspired by the 9 fruits of the spirit, so that's what they're named after. I researched what color represents each of those, and that's how I based the colors.
Wow.
The color scheme of each palette.
I bet it took a lot to decide that you wanted to create a product and the steps that it took, because how you created a makeup product before?
No,
This is your first foray into this.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And it's ended up into some beautiful palettes. You know, you have some work here to kind of demonstrate, again, that artistry. When you look at a woman's face, what are some of the things that you look at to see before you begin the approach to making her look beautiful?
Maybe their eye shape and how we can make their eyes pop, or just a feature on their face that we can highlight. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've heard different types of ways to describe makeup. Mm-hmm. It can be a concealer. Yes. It can be an enhancer. How would you describe makeup?
All of those.
Okay.
There's so many different things you can do with makeup. It's amazing what you can do with makeup.
I see.
Yes, yes.
We have some other looks from Erin that she's going to kind of talk through. And in fact, it's her face. Now, I will say, even though we carry our faces, so we have the practice, palette, some people don't do very well on themselves. They have to have makeup done for them. I'm one of those people. I have to have makeup done for me, okay? This is Erin's beautiful face. Talk us through these looks.
Okay, well, the first look is something pretty neutral. It's a soft, neutral look, not much color. The middle one, it's a little bit more dramatic.
Yep.
Kind of smoky around the eyes, slightly, not too much of a smoky eye.
One thing I noticed about that particular smoky eye, it's not heavy on the outside. You're actually popping some color
on
underneath.
The bottom, yes. Yes. I love a little darkness under the eye. I don't know. That just...
Now, for some of us, darkness under the eye translates into bags.
Not too much. Just a small, just a little bit. Small line.
Very good.
And then the third look, I really want to... I still have a slight smoky eye, but... The red lip is what's
that's
popping.
the popping. That's popping.
Yes.
Well, we're excited to be able to showcase now some of Erin's live action as she brings up a model who we are fantastically familiar with, Ashlee Norris of Simply Beautiful Hair Salon, where, get this, the two ladies share space.
Yes.
So, Erin, what palette are you working with today?
I am using the Love palette.
Oh, the Love palette. What inspired the color combinations within the Love palette?
I researched what color represents love, and pink was the color that represents love, and so I based the palette around that.
I see. I can already tell that color is so vibrant, it's so bold. Talk about why that was important and how these different types of colors can serve different types of skin colors.
Yes. Highly pigmented eyeshadows or colors. That was like one of the main focuses when I was trying to choose a manufacturer. And as you can see, these are highly pigmented, and I fell in love, so I was like, okay, I'm going with them.
That's right. How long did it take you from the idea to creating palettes to actually seeing it, your first prototype?
Well, the idea came about 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I kind of sat on it.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with talking myself out of things. So Ashlee helped me with that. She didn't let me do that. She pushed me and encouraged me, and I'm so grateful to her for that. And so actually in January, I really started getting serious about it, and
here we are.
Yes, here we are.
As we head into the fall, what are some of the tips and tricks maybe that you would like to share with our viewers about how to make your fall makeup pop?
Fall makeup. Of course, like the smoky eye is really popular for fall.
Fashion follows what's happening on the street. So what are you forecasting?
Maybe a lot of plums or purples or
expressing
like
royalty.
That. Yes.
So as you continue on, what are your hopes for your product line and who it could serve?
I really hope that it blesses everyone that partakes in my palettes or eyeshadows. I specifically wanted to, like, before naming them after the 9 fruits of the spirit, I knew that I wanted to have a proverb on all of my eyeshadow palettes. And so each eyeshadow palette has a proverb on the back. And I just feel like everyone needs that in their life. So
that's powerful.
Yes.
You talk about connecting product to purpose, purpose to passion. It all blends together.
Yes, ma'am.
And now the look is complete. Erin, talk about what you have done with Ashlee to transform her beautiful eyelids.
So we finished her off. I used the colors Nat, Jazz, and Cam Cam. I used Nat in her crease, and then I used Jazz and Cam Cam on her eyelids. And this is the end result.
That is beautiful. How do you feel, Ashlee?
I feel great.
You look great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erin. That look is so beautiful, but you're not just a model. You are absolutely as well a stylist extraordinaire through Simply Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashlee Norris, welcome to Elevate Properly.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So Ashlee, tell us about Simply Beautiful.
Simply Beautiful was founded and created by myself. The name Simply Beautiful Hair Salon are my grandmother's initials, Shirley Beatrice Holden.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Again, another way that we're honoring our families through our businesses. When did you launch your business?
Simply Beautiful has been created, it was created 8 years ago.
8 years?
8 years ago, yes.
That is a long time. Can you talk about what you think you credit to your staying power? How do you stay open? How do you do what you do?
The grace of God.
Amen.
I don't do anything except for by His grace. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, you didn't just create a space for yourself, but you created a beautiful space for other stylists as well, other makeup artists. Even sometimes you were selling different products like earrings and t-shirts. It's just a place to come and feel good and be celebrated. Why is that atmosphere so important to you at Simply Beautiful?
That's important to me because I've always wanted a place where women can just come and just be free. So many times, like, we have to contain our emotions or keep it all together. And when you walk into our space, just be yourself. Just walk in there. If you want to cry, you can cry. If you want to laugh, you want to laugh. If you want to praise the Lord, you can praise the Lord. We have so much fun at work.
It's true. It's true. Here's a couple of the looks that you have shared with us today. Your range is incredible. How do you stay on the cutting edge of the industry to be able to bring beautiful styles to Wichita and beyond?
Well, for me, I enjoy it when my clients just let me use my creativity and not be just trapped in a box. Now, granted, you know, we have the clients that come in that they just want a flat iron.
Right.
Or a roller set. But then we have these clients. My wonderful client, Miss Brenda, she's newly locked, sister locks. And so she was tired of her hair. And she was like, Ashlee, I want something. I don't have to deal with it. And she comes in every 6 weeks and gets her hair, what's called a retie. So it's just the new growth.
You know, that brings about another point in that Simply Beautiful has evolved to multiple brands, including Loc'd by Simply Beautiful. Now, it's one thing to have locks. It's another to go through your process that you went through to even be able to do this style of locks. You want to tell us about it?
Yes, I'm on my way to certification. I'm not fully certified yet, but I will be very soon. And so I went to Houston for about a week. It was a 5-day certification process. And then after that, we got started.
Nice.
Very rigorous certification, I'll say.
It definitely looks like the detail-oriented nature of this style, it demands it. So how do you balance home life, work life, and then some of these more, intricate type of styles?
Oh, I'm a single mother of 2. My boys are 8 and 4. I have a wonderful support system.
Yeah.
And so I just have to stay on schedule. We
Yes.
live off of a schedule.
I understand.
And then but I had to learn how to adjust as well. So if something doesn't go right, then I just, okay, Ashlee, come on, girl, let's get it together. And then we move on.
Your range and flexibility in life, as well as what you provide in your styling chair. There's some other looks that you provided as well. Color. Is color going to be big this fall still?
Yes, color is always big, and it's the easiest way for you to change up your hairstyle. You can do a lot of color, like my client Ebony here, or you can just do a few pieces if you want.
That's interesting. Let's keep going in the looks. This is a transformation.
Yes. So before, which we don't see, but she had just dark hair, maybe a level 2, which is going to be like a dark brown, dark black color, and then we lifted it and then applied this red on top.
You know, there's so many different things that you have to know as a strong stylist. What keeps you passionate about your craft and your industry?
Keeps me passionate about working with fellow stylists, my friend Erin and Jazz and Noni and Camille. We all just bounce ideas off of each other.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps me passionate. And we love to go to shows. We like to look at Instagram and Facebook and see other stylists and what they're doing.
That's cool. I think you have one more look for us. Yes. Cuts.
Yes.
And look at you rocking yours.
I hope thank you.
So you cut as well.
Yes.
tell me about the precision that it takes to be able to create great designs like that.
Well, with this particular style, my client, she's super shy. And so I love these type of transformations right here. So she's trying to come out of her shell and find herself in middle school. So we did a relaxer, made sure that it was laid super straight. And then this right here, you just have to stay still, don't move, and do your lines. I don't think about it much. I just do whatever comes to my mind. I've learned if I start thinking about it too much, then I mess up.
Overthink it. You know, creativity has been the theme of today's show. And when we think about the power of creativity in our hair, can you speak to that? Is there power in being creative with our hair?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It gives you freedom. You just do what you feel. Like, don't let anybody keep you in a box.
Don't let anybody keep you in a box. Ashlee, thank you so much for joining Elevate, not only as a model, but also sharing your business expertise and having a salon with staying power that creates space for others.
Thank you, Christina, for having me.
Now joining us for our Elevate episode on creatives is none other than Nanette Plummer of Black Pearl Nails. Nanette, welcome to Elevate.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I rarely get my nails done. In fact, I need to book an appointment to come see you. But when I did get them done consistently, you were my go-to. This woman is incredible when it comes to transforming nails into wonderful, beautiful masterpieces, but also for those of us who need essential nails as well, those that we can type in and look good in. Nanette, where did your love of nail artistry come from?
Well, it started really just in the industry, the beauty industry. I've done hair. I went to beauty school, barber college, and what I found that I loved the most was nails. I stepped into it after being into the industry for about 5 or 6 years, and I just couldn't find that place that really felt like home.
Yeah.
And then I started doing nails, and that felt like home for me. And to be able to take a small canvas and make something huge out of it, and people just love it. Be able to have a conversation with my clients, and they be able to come in and say, hey, this is what I want, and me be able to execute it like 100%. So that's where my love of nails came from.
And it is a luxury experience as well. When you go to get service from Nanette, not only are you getting a wonderful product, but you are getting good conversation. You're getting some soul food, those kinds of, you know, wisdoms and truths that a young person such as yourself can provide. It is just incredible to see you do your thing when it comes to transforming the canvas of the nails. Share with us a little bit about what you've brought today.
Okay, so pandemic makes you have to figure out how to transition to be able to still take care of your customers. And so I decided to start doing press-on nails. For me, it was easier to be able to get people in and out quicker. And then also, if you couldn't come to the salon, you could order it and it could be sent to your door.
Wow.
And so I have 5 different categories of nails that I have on my website, but one of them is a little inappropriate. So
this is a rated G show. It had a little language in that one.
Yeah, so it's okay, but so we'll display the other 4. The Back in Blood was inspired by my brother, who was,
yeah,
he was murdered in November. Sorry. And so that's where that line comes from. It is a line that is inspired by red nails, just different sets of red nails. Red was his favorite color, and it is mine as well. And it's a very empowering color.
You know, it's something to be able to take our passion and to be creative enough to honor our loved ones through the expressions as well. He was so important. I remember all the stories you shared with me during our sessions together, and I'm glad that you were able to take, again, something that you love and combine it with someone who you love and share it with us. That's special, Nanette.
Thank you. And then sometimes it's nice to go bare. For those people who are not very flashy and over the top, you know, they just like the basic natural colors. And so that's where this line comes from. French with a twist. This is something that's trending right now. People are doing their French tips very differently. They are not doing your traditional French tips. And so that's where this line is coming from.
None of this is traditional.
And then the essential worker. I have a lot of nurses, administrators, and things like that come and get services from me. And they can't have the long nails, but they still want to have nice nails and go to work and still be able to be that woman that they want to be. So that's where my essential worker line comes in at.
And you're still offering the acrylic services as well, but this is your pivot.
Yes. So I am still offering acrylic service, but in a new way. I'm doing it with a press-on nails. So from now on, I am doing my consultations via Facebook, Zoom, Duo. And the reason for that is COVID-19 has changed the world in a lot of ways. And so it also helps me be able to get people in and out quicker or show up to you and be able to get you done in a timely manner. And so we'll do the consultation. We'll talk about what it is you want, your expectations, what it is you would like the nails to look like. Show me some pictures. We'll take out from that picture what you want, add a little spice to it or whatever to cater it to what it is you want to make it tailor-made for you. And then, so you could, like I said, order them online and have them sent to you. It will come with a glue and then a nail file and a buffer, because you always want to make sure that the way that you apply your nails is going to make them last for you. A lot of people don't know that if you do not buff your nail first and get that shine off of there, get that oil off of the nail bed, 9 times out of 10, your press-on nails are not going to last you nothing but a minute. And so that's super important.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
So what are you forecasting as fall fashion? Things to be on the lookout for?
Definitely the fall colors. People always come in, they want the oranges and the copper colors and things like that. Velvet nails are something that are going to be in for a while.
What's velvet nails?
So it's just another way of creating nails to give them more of a pop. So this nail right here, it kind of would reflect what a velvet nail would look like. And so it'd be like what the red is, but in several different colors. And these ones, I like them because they have the red bottoms.
The red bottoms. Fashionistas know what the red bottoms are.
Yes. So I love those, but definitely the fall colors. As far as designs and things like that go, people always go with whatever's in. So if it's Christmas time or it's Thanksgiving, turkeys and, leaves and trees and stuff. So I could definitely see that being part of the fall trend.
Creativity is something that is timeless. What does creativity mean to you, Nanette?
Oh my gosh. Creativity for me is complete liberation. Because it allows you to just really express yourself in a way that sometimes we're not often able to. But when you're able to get creative, like nobody could tell you anything. It's you. It's what you put into it. So definitely liberation.
That's powerful. Nanette, thank you for all that you put into business. Thank you for all that you've poured into today's episode. We appreciate your appearance, and you all go check out Nanette with Black Pearl Nails.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. This show has been dedicated to the creatives, and we've experienced so many different kinds of palettes. We couldn't escape this show without talking about the artistry and tattoos. And I'm so excited to introduce Michelle Valadez. She is a board member with Create Campaign who's going to kick off this segment with us. Michelle, welcome to Elevate.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Now, who did you bring with you?
I brought my older brother, Jose Fabian.
Jose, welcome to Elevate.
Thank you.
Jose is an experienced, amazing tattoo artist and business owner. Jose, tell us about the name of your shops, your businesses, and how you got started.
For sure. Okay, so I work at a shop called Symbolic Tattoo. It's at 551 West Douglas here in Wichita, Kansas. I've been working there for 2 years. I also have a supply store that I supply some of the tattoo artists around town with supplies that they need for the day-to-day, work. Everything to do, barriers, everything that we need to maintain, cleanliness.
Wow.
And keep ourselves safe.
Now, you can't just get into this because you like to draw. What told you that you could draw from notepads to tablets to people's skin?
Well, that all came about in high school. I went to Northeast Magnet, which has an art magnet there.
Yes, they do. My kids go there.
Yeah, my teacher there, Miss Lynch was her name. She put me on to drawing and to painting and all that, and that's where I found my passion for all that. But I also had to do a little research paper about, they let you pick any kind of art that you want. I picked a tattoo artist from LA and just fell in love with the research, researching it and like seeing what they would come up with, and just fell in love with it from there and just kind of pursued it more whenever I got out of school.
Now, Michelle, you saw him and his talent kind of grow through your childhood and growing up. What can you say about your brother's talent right now?
Oof, he's been a prodigy since the beginning. I remember growing up, they've had the talent since middle school, and my brother started from there and just kept growing, and it's been very inspirational since.
My goodness. Now, the idea of tattoos, it's kind of evolved. Yes. At one point, it was just kind of for rebels, it seems from the outside, right? There's only a couple of places in town where you could go and get your tattoo, and it just really has evolved. I even have a few myself. Can you talk about the evolution of the perception around tattoos?
Okay, so it definitely has changed a lot. It's a lot more acceptable now.
Yeah.
Well, I would say a lot has to do with the social media, how, just everybody's able to get those ideas out there and like, kind of put you on I want something like that too, or something, just social media in general. And also like the new generation kind of taking over, so it's a little more acceptable even in the workplace.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like those two things are a major impact on that.
Well, and I see that you have, again, you're kind of demonstrating some work as well. What kind of styles do you like, and how did you come upon the decisions for the artwork that you placed with your body and having done for you?
For myself, I mean, they do have some deep meaning. I mean, they don't necessarily have to have deep meaning. It just in general, it could just be something that you like, and that itself says everything about you too,
Yeah.
But yeah, I like black and gray work for myself. I like photorealism, at least that's for my own taste, and I like tattooing with
photorealism.
So photorealism kind of help, like replicating, I guess, whatever you see on the picture. So if I'm doing a portrait of an animal, of a person, or whatever, landscape, you're trying to basically replicate it to the T, every detail in there, and getting all those details is what gets you that wow in it, whenever you see it done,
That's right.
So how did you grow your clientele from the beginning to now?
So I'd say that everybody, and I've heard this from people too, like they can see the passion that I have in when I do and I explain to them what I'm doing to them, kind of give them a rundown of what we're actually doing and how it works. Some of them are interested in how that works, but just their feedback, they're telling me they can see that passion. I feel like that they're able to see, my efforts that I put into what I do, and that even from the smallest tattoo to the big tattoos that I have, 100% effort that you get from me.
That's right. Their range, their precision, and that helps to grow a clientele. You also brought some examples of your work, and when we talk about precision and detail, talk us through this particular session.
Okay, so this one was actually a really cool one. This one, I covered up 3 tattoos in this tattoo.
That's a cover-up?
Yes. So there was a tattoo that was behind the lion. There was another one that was running down the back of the arm, and then one on the inside of the arm. This guy right here, I could see how it changes people, man. Because this guy had where he was kind of like embarrassed to take off his shirt and see, kind of show what he had. After I did that, now it completely changed his whole perspective, or whatever you want to call that. But it gave him so much confidence. Like now, people just come up to him just to look at the tattoo.
Right.
Just they stop him just to take a look at it, take a picture.
It has like some 3D elements as well to it.
Yes. So
how long did this session take?
This was several sessions.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you how many sessions. I would say maybe about 5, 6, but we did it in whatever, his time would allow as well, but.
That flexibility is important. Yes. That's incredible. What else did you bring to look at? The range. Oh my goodness.
So this one right here, this one's kind of like it wraps around. So like it makes out the whole image is actually, if you were to 360 around the whole thing, that makes one complete image, and it all flows together. So it's like landscape, kind of an example of what I would do for landscaping.
You have another example for us next here. What are some things that you need to know in order to make it look so good and realistic?
Okay, so whenever how we go about that is they'll give me that idea, that kind of a general idea I'll take it from there. As far as like, I'll take certain things are kind of taken into consideration, like the placement of the tattoo.
Yeah.
And that way I kind of know what kind of shape you have it. You know, so like something would be going on your chest or your back. It's, you know, a lot. You got more room to work with than something narrow on your arm or something like that. So that kind of stuff kind of helps. But yeah, I like to look up my own references so that I can get the detail off of an actual image, you know, like, so that's
wild. Okay, so what inspired that piece?
Okay, so this piece, she came in with the idea just to do, you know, a Keeper of the Plains and wanted some Kansas theme to it. So then I kind of took it into my own hands to, you know,
Yes, you did.
get a reference of the Keeper of the Plains, but kind of, you know, put the Wichita flag in there, kind of incorporate it in there somehow. This one's also a cover up too. There's something that she had covered up right here in the center of that sunflower.
Wow.
Yeah, my goal with all those is just to make it look like as if there never was something underneath, you know?
That is
Unless that's done, I don't feel like my job is done right, you know?
That's amazing. So it's one thing to see pictures. It's another thing to see something live. So I got a shoulder that's there. What can you do with my shoulder?
But I can put one of these stencils right on you.
Okay, so we're gonna stencil. He's gonna stencil something on me.
So normally we would put it. Nowadays we do it on a tablet. So on the tablet I would transfer this image, draw my line work out, and you'd come out to this. From this we'd be thrown into a thermofax, which is like a kind of like a printer that it runs the image through it, and then it puts it off to something like this. So it kind of transfers it to that.
You drew that?
Yeah. Well, this is one that I had at work. So something like that. And then how we would normally do, we'd do it by hand, you know, beforehand, before they started, you know, kind of getting more advanced and stuff. So this right here is the stencil stuff. Well, obviously you normally would prep the skin all the way, clean it off with alcohol, shave it. But you would just put this on here.
It's a good shoulder, huh? Good palette.
So how long does this usually take, the process?
The process, well, it depends on the size of the tattoo. So this stencil itself, you just put it on, and then you'd give it about 15 minutes or so to kind of dry up. And then after it dries up, it basically makes it to where you can work on it and wipe it a few times and you're not gonna lose the image. If you do it too soon, then obviously it wipes off. But just something like that, now we would just let it sit, and then after it dries up, we'd come right to it and start tattooing.
With your steady hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. Creativity is so powerful. What does creativity mean in the tattoo space?
I mean, it's definitely good to be original in tattooing, you know. You definitely would want to always kind of put twists to the images or anything that we're doing to kind of, you know, reflect on us and our style. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's a big thing to be creative in that, you know.
It is.
And to be original, that's how you stand out, I think, in tattooing. Since in places where there's a lot of tattoo artists, you definitely want to be creative, you know, and people are able to see that.
Well, we can definitely see talent when it shows itself, and you have definitely demonstrated that with us today.
That.
Thank you for sharing your gifts, your skills. Michelle, thank you for sharing your brother with us.
Thank you very much for having us.
Welcome back. Elevate has had such a great time looking at all of the creativity of our business owners this episode. And to wrap us up is Keyocsha Brown. Keyocsha is a stylist extraordinaire. She is a friend. She is a wonderful person to be able to get to know when it comes to elevating your style and your fashion. Keyocsha, welcome to Elevate.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your company, The Tailored Experience, and your new venture as well, Two Girls in a Hat.
So The Tailored Experience, it started over 10 years ago, right? I just love everything about the woman. So from the inside out, that's my mission, is to tailor that woman from the inside out.
What do you mean by the inside out?
So you have to work on your confidence. A lot of times after either having babies and just different things, changes of the body.
Yes, they do.
Right? You have to find your center. Like, what are you loving about your body? And so I love to pull those things out of women. So it starts with the inside, and then we work on the outside.
I love it.
I always say, if your inside is a mess, your outside would definitely be a mess.
And you work with some messes and helping us be blessed. And I can say us because I am a client, a customer of The Tailored Experience. Those words are powerful, The Tailored Experience. Why did you choose that moniker to describe your company and your services?
So The Tailored Experience, that means so much to me because I have to work with different women.
Yes.
Everybody is not the same. So it's tailored to you. So if you like purple and my next client don't like purple,
Right.
I will not mix the two, right? So it's tailored to you.
Yeah.
Everything from top to bottom, the experience. And that's the biggest thing. It's tailored to you, but I have to give you that experience.
You know, and what you're bringing to Wichita is something that we have not experienced before. I remember meeting you at a 1 Million Cups and Startup Grind during those times when Wichita had those activities. And this beautiful woman came up to me when I was done interviewing, and she introduced herself, and it was Keyocsha. And when I tell you the imprint that she is making within Wichita, and not only the fashion scene, but also just the entrepreneurship scene, she is steady, she is solid, and she is creating experiences for us to celebrate one another. The medium happens to be the clothes, but the experience is holistic. Share with us some of the pieces that you have brought today as you communicate about the tailored experience, especially as we're heading into the fall.
Yes, so that's my favorite season is the fall. So when I say pieces from the fall, you can add stuff from summer and then tie in some of those winter stuff.
Okay.
So that's where fall falls right in the middle, right?
In the middle.
And so it's all about layering for the fall and winter, right? So with that being said, you want to look at the color schemes.
Okay.
Color schemes, when I say it's very important for the fall and winter. So I chose some colors here just to kind of show you what I meant by that color palette, right? You got your tans, your orange. I even threw in blue because denim looks so good against denim. And so I threw that blue in there. Your burgundy, you never go wrong with some burgundy in the fall and winter, right?
This is an interesting color choice.
Yes, let's listen. This is one of my faves, is that olive. And when I say it looks good on all skin tones, a lot of ladies are scared. Some ladies feel like I'm too pale for olive. If you do it right and do a little bronzer with that olive, it just flows.
Okay, well, we can't finish off the rack without talking about the hat, which might lead you into talking about one of your newest efforts.
Yes, so just started a whole new business with a good friend by the name of Victoria Smith, and it's two girls in a hat. We sat down over brunch. So this business was birthed over brunch. Two girls that loves brunch, we love fashion, and we love hats. And so we just got to talking, and we was like, wow, both of us is at brunch. We both had hats on. And one thing that really stands out about our dynamic is I'm African American and she's Caucasian. And you don't normally see that, right? You don't see two women of different races coming together to do business. And so that was very important to us. So we are making some custom pieces, hats, and we also have some fun things coming right now in the fall. So we have some fun stuff, but this one is our sunflower field hat. And we thought about Kansas when we were creating this. So all the pieces are like hand created. We sit down together and come up with these looks. And that's the beauty behind it. And that's what makes us different. We make some signature pieces.
That's right. And one more thing about signature pieces, you also have your signature red lip. You don't just stop at the clothes and the hats, but you also have a lipstick line?
Yes, I do.
Tell us
Tailored Lip. Tailored Lip was created 6 years ago. I was just in, I love MAC products. And I'm like, you know what? I could do this too. I'm all about the beauty and the makeup world. And so I started creating some stuff, just playing around, and I sent it out to a whole business that's in Florida, and they helped create that perfect red to go with all skin tones. That's very important to me, that my red goes with every skin tone.
I love it. You know, I love these looks on the hanger, but they can only do so much on the hanger. So you have brought Lana, who's going to join us on stage, and you all are going to walk through the looks. In fact, I'm going to give the stage over to you all.
So yes, we have Lana here all the way from Tennessee, my motto. I'm super excited about that. So today, I just wanted to show you with a basic look. Every woman should have a good pair of jeans in their closet, a good white tee, and you can get these anywhere, right? So this is our basic foundation. And so what I want to do is just show you how you could take a basic look to the next level. So we're gonna use this thrifted, may I state, thrifted trench coat. And we're gonna just toss it over the shoulders. When I tell you, just tossing a trench on top of this basic look takes it to the next level. And I call this my Kim Kardashian way of wearing it, where you don't want your arms in there. You want to kind of keep them free, but still be fashionable. So yes, and it looks good with her shoes as well. So this is a really easy way that you could take that plain look to the next level. Thank you. Then the next piece is every woman should have a blazer in your closet. You don't have to have orange, but definitely for the fall and winter, it looks good on the skin tone as well. Let me let you slide your arms in that. Boom. And if you could see, this just took that to the next level. Same basic look, but all we did was threw on a pop of color in the blazer. Looks really good on you. That's like tailored. Love it. All right. We're gonna go right into the next look. And this is one of my favorites, y'all. When I tell you denim and blues on blues are so pretty. And a tip is for winter and fall, get some scarves. Play with your scarves this fall and winter. That is so pretty on your skin tone too. All right, so we're gonna just toss the scarf around and just let it flow, right? On those, like, it's cool day, but then, you know, it might be a little windy. You can always toss it around. It's so many different ways that you can wear your scarf. Have fun with it. Tie it around your head, tie it around your waist. You can just do so much with a scarf. But let's finish the look with our two girls in a hat, right? Boom. This just takes the look all the way to the next level. Girl, you looking good. Yes. Oh, yes, honey. So, same basic outfit, just adding outer pieces. So cute. Don't be afraid of a turtleneck, guys. They make outfits look so classic, and you can get different colors in them. I chose this burgundy one just to show you, to get outside of just the blacks. Get you a burgundy, get you a olive green, get some colors in there. But turtlenecks can be just done in so many ways. You can dress them up and down. So don't shy away from a good turtleneck. Then my next favorite for the cold nights in Wichita, I would say get you a good fake fur or real fur. It's totally up to you. But this girl came straight from H&M, and we didn't spend a whole lot on it, on the clearance rack. That's how you need to shop. Shop in the different seasons. Got this just for $15. Can you believe it? Looks like money to me. Yes. And then you can also pop some boots on and just take that to the next level, right? Easy breezy, basic outfit taken to the next level. Looks good, girl. Yes. Love it. All right, and we're gonna go to my favorite piece for the winter and fall, and it's that olive tone, that olive look. Olive look, like I said, looks good on all skin tones. You might have to put a little blush and put a little bronzer on, but it looks good on all skin tones. Let's just, and these are the biker jackets, so they're meant to be stop here and just give you just a little oomph. Yes, super cute. And then we're gonna top it off with our two girls in a hat. Yes, let's pop it on you. Yes, honey. That is super cute with the leopard pumps. Again, play in your closet, ladies. Play around with what you already have. Get your basic looks and then just add pops of color and pops of outerwear. That's the trick and tip for fall and winter.
Keyocsha, those were some incredible looks, and Lana, you pulled off each and every one of them. We want to thank you for joining our set and styling it up as we think about, again, the importance of a creative signature, a creative presence. What does creativity mean to you?
Creativity means everything to me because it's personable, right? You really can just make things your own with being creative. So it means so much to me.
Thank you for sharing your creativity with us today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap. I don't know about you, but I am completely inspired by all of the creativity that we've seen today. I want to thank Kent AV. It takes creative companies to be able to capture all of this creativity as well. You all helped us to feel safely and wonderfully, and we appreciate you as partners with Elevate. Also, special thanks to our show sponsors, Fidelity Bank, Koch Industries, and a special shout out to Martinez Party Rentals for the equipment. We want to thank each and every one of you all for viewing this episode of Elevate. And as you know, you can catch this episode and past episodes at createcampaignks.com/elevate.